Welcome to Tush Twins, heard exclusively or seen exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com, a streaming platform which is heard round the world or seen round the world and beyond. Anyway, welcome,
It's
guys.
not round. It's not round. I heard someone say it's flat.
Oh, you're listening to Trump again.
Yeah, he's our dictator. I meant he's the one running
Oh.
for dictatorship. I meant as a dictator. Whatever.
Well,
I would go, this is what I would say. Take out the tater and you're left with a dick. Okay. All right. Enough said. Because I have people who have been texting me, and also our buddy at Hudson River Radio. Everyone is feeling in a funk because of what's going on. Democracy dies with the Supreme Court. Other than that, we're gonna try to steer clear of that in this show. Yay. Because we're the Tush Twins, and Tush Twins, and we try to, while we do have certain serious moments, most of it we try to bring some fun, some goofy stuff, because honestly, we've been goofy for 69 years plus.
That's I'm 70 years I've been goofy.
Well,
no, I'm 40, excuse me, 49 years I've been goofy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm coming on my 49th birthday. What do you know?
Yes.
Anyway. So in any event, we have it's me, Maxine Faith, and it's you. You are
Paula Rose, Rusty Rose. That's my stripper name, Rusty Rose.
Rusty Rose. Yeah.
I like it. Rusty Road.
Rusty
Road. That's a new
Rose.
ice cream flavor. That's a new ice cream flavor.
Well, you know about Mr. Stiffy's ice cream.
Yes, I do.
You remember that?
Yeah.
6 orgasmic flavors.
Ooh.
Yeah. We came up with some interesting names too.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Just
I'm not even.
No.
You were a Playboy bunny, right?
Yes.
Were you a bunny in the bunny sense, or?
I was a bunny.
You were a bunny.
I wore the costume. I wore the costume.
I'm a witness.
Yes, I did the whole thing.
She took me to the bunny club a few times, and yeah, she was a bunny.
What were your duties as a bunny? What were you, a waitress or a hostess, or?
I did everything. I did everything from selling in the gift shop to waitressing. But my big thing was Sunday nights. I used to do the open mic. Remember I used to do the open mic. I was the MC at the open mic.
That was fun. That was fun. I was there one time for the open mic, and it was fun. But you did.
Were you there the night that the guy got on stage and tried to pick me up?
Yes, but that was a no-no.
Of course it was.
Did he get his
my uncle
thrown out?
He got thrown out, but my uncle Sammy went ballistic.
Yeah.
Here. That's me and my friend Cheryl.
Yep. That's the bunnies.
And
it's hard to see that picture.
I know.
But anyway.
That was me.
So that, yep, there you go. See? Yep. Can you see?
Same haircut.
Oh, say, can you see?
Same haircut.
Okay. Oh, say, can you see?
You still look beautiful. Anyway.
Well, beautiful.
You are beautiful. So anyway, we're gonna steer clear of the.
Wait, before I forget, put some more light on your face.
Me?
Me?
Yeah.
Me? No, I have enough light. I don't want.
You're okay. Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. There's always a director.
Yeah.
Well, that's with me. I'm a director, producer, talent.
Yes, and you are
the third sheep. The lion tamer.
And marketing director, and
I'm the lion.
And
you're the fish. I'm really a lion.
Anyway, let's get to our topic today.
So we have a couple of topics we're going to.
It's the beginning of the July 4th weekend.
Right.
Yay.
So we grew up, all three of us, near the beach. Coney, you were in Coney Island.
Coney Island, and we were in Brighton Beach.
Right. And So we didn't do the Macy's parade. We did the fireworks on the beach in Coney. That
Yes.
was the fireworks that we saw on the water and
Do you remember what
under the
day of
boat.
week it was and what the barge was called?
July
Wasn't
4th.
no, well, July
There were
4th was
two
a separate
barges, a
one,
separate
but the
one,
Tuesday nights and the
and
barge was
Thursdays at first.
Schaefer.
First it was
Schaefer.
Valentine,
Oh, Schaefer. I
then
thought
it
it was
became
Schaefer.
Schaefer. Schaefer
I
was the last
remember
one,
Schaefer. You must be much older than me.
probably. It
Schaefer
was Schaefer and Val, or
is the
then maybe
one
it was
beer to have.
Valentine first, then Schaefer.
Schaefer
Because it's the
is
one beer to have when
when
you're
you're
having
having
more
more
than
than
Yeah,
one.
one.
I never
That's
drank
what the.
I never drank Valentine because they sponsored the Yankees.
Oh, excuse me.
Ah,
But
I
but sh-
like Schaefer and Valentine because they had the fireworks.
well, Schaefer, if you went to, if you were pregnant and you were due and the doctor would give you a Schaefer, that means you were having more than one.
Ah,
Pinnable.
Ooh.
Oh, that was
that was
bad.
bad.
But at least it was cute. Okay.
It was clean and
Yeah,
We're
cute.
trying to be clean and cute.
it was Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Every
Right.
Tuesday
9 o'clock.
starting, I think starting Memorial Day.
Yes,
Right.
every Tuesday. They used to have it on 2 days a week, Tuesdays and
Oh,
Thursdays.
I don't remember
But then
that.
they stopped
I don't remember
on,
that.
because I do remember that.
It was too
And I
much.
remember when we were 10 or 11, our parents would let Maxine and I go by ourselves.
Yeah, probably closer to 11.
Yeah, it didn't make a difference.
That
We were
doesn't
by
matter because
ourselves.
they
Wink,
trailed us. We
wink.
were never by
Yes.
ourselves. They trailed
My
us,
father was
and my
behind us, or
father,
your dad they took turns.
trust me, we were not by
I see.
ourselves. They trailed us, and we were in their sight the whole time.
Yes.
So, because you don't know what would go on under the boardwalk. I mean,
Under the
you would hear noises
boardwalk.
that you never heard before, which was generally of a sexual
Well,
nature.
you would if your parents didn't close the bedroom door.
Yeah, that's true,
No, parents, yeah.
they did. They were more discreet
And
back in the
and
day.
made the TV louder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why the TV was loud all the
So
time. But my father was deaf.
that's why they watched the Knicks and Lakers games and were screaming. Oh, okay. Late at night.
Right.
But anyway, so with the 4th of July, we'll come back to that because what in the last 40 years, there's also been a parade in Coney Island, the Mermaid Parade, which is in its almost 5th decade, I guess, is over 40.
Mhm.
And it's gotten bigger and crazier and wilder every year. If
Yeah,
you see the pictures, you see everyone dressed up. There was one, they have elaborate costumes now. They dress
I
up.
know.
There was like a family or a bunch of friends. They were all dressed in they were red lobsters. There was like 6 of them or something. But anyway, so Coney Island, I know Malcolm, you know more about this. I'm just gonna read off something I read. Coney Island has been a seaside resort for nearly 2 centuries. And many cultural touchstones Americans may take for granted, like fast food and roller coasters, have their roots in the amusement district of Coney Island. This is according to Adam Marin, who's the artistic director for Coney Island, USA. It's a
But do you know what
nonprofit.
they used to call Coney Island before it became the amusement center? It was an actual island. Do you know what it
Right.
was called?
Was it goats? Who was it? What were
It was
goats there?
Sodom by the Sea, it was called, because all the
So,
gangster, all the people, it was a great history book about it.
Sodom by the
Historical
sea.
sea.
Yay. We're living in Sodom now.
That's where all the criminals would go to, and they would escape. The police would never go there because they would never come out alive. That
Really?
was up to the mid 1800s.
That's crazy.
Pirates.
Glad
Yep.
I'm glad.
But that used to be the playground of the rich before, yeah, and there was no gambling,
Then in the
illegal
late
gambling.
1800s, it was.
They
Well,
had a racetrack.
yep.
The
They
racetrack
had,
was by our house,
I think it's by
one of
Sheepshead
the
Bay or
posts.
something.
No, there was the
In
post
Brighton.
came by right behind Jaime's. There was one of the posts originally from the race
R-
to the racetrack. Yeah, the horse
really?
track. Yep.
Yeah, it
I
was
didn't
long
know that.
before. I never remembered it. I just remember history. And they
Yeah,
also had a boxing arena where they had major
Yes.
fights.
right.
Yeah.
And then they had Luna Park,
Yes,
Yeah,
which
that burned down way before
Luna
us.
Park burned down. Actually,
I
I think
know.
when
The
I was too young in the
1800s.
50s. No, in the 50s.
No,
No,
40s.
no, 40s.
40s.
Okay.
40s.
Phil remembers when he was like 2, 3 years old, seeing it burn down. He remembered it
Wow.
was indelibly etched in his brain. Remember, and he
And
was
Luna Park,
he was
yeah.
crying. And Luna
And that-
Park then, came in, and if you look at pictures, if you go, they did a really great series on PBS, on Coney Island, and if you look at
Yes,
how
that was
how
fabulous.
beautiful it looked, how absolutely spectacular, and I think Disney was trying to get in somehow like 20, about 25 years ago, and it never transpired. But so right now they redid Luna Park, and they're calling it Luna Park, where the
Mm-hmm.
cyclone is, and they have the Wonder Wheel, and they have a new ride, a new roller coaster too, which looks pretty pukey. So those of
Well,
you who
we
like
used
that.
see, I like the tornado and I love the
Mm.
cyclone.
So anyway, so kind of back to the mermaid parade. So the guy Adam Rins said Coney Island was always the home of spectacle. It was the birthplace of American popular culture. And the mermaid parade, as I said, has been going on for more than 40 years, and it's a big part of Coney Island's history now. Just like the cyclone and Nathan's hot dogs, which
Nathan's hot
that's
dog.
yep,
Yeah,
that's gonna be
the three things
so
things that when I was growing up, it was steeplechase,
Oh, I
right.
love steeplechase.
We,
Oh, we used to go all the
parachute,
time.
the
we used to
parachute
go.
jump,
Yep.
I
the
went on the last
cyclone,
day
and
it
Nathan's.
closed. Nathan's.
I
Yep.
never went on the parachute jump, but I watched
Went with my
I watched
grandpa.
it go. I didn't go. My
Went boom,
brother
boom,
went
boom,
on.
boom, boom, boom,
I
boom,
don't I
boom,
think my
boom,
dad
boom.
went on. I don't remember
I
personally.
never went on. I always said it was too much money when I could, because it was one of the most expensive rides. But I think the truth was is I was chicken.
I think
I
it
was
full of
chicken too, but my grandfather, I would think I was 5 or 6. I just so
I don't know
remember
how
I was young. I went up with my grandfather.
really. I never did that.
And
And
and of course the
I
Wonder
like
Wheel
roller coasters,
and the Wonder Wheel, which is still there.
which
Love
is
the
one
Wonder
of my
Wheel.
favorites, one of the best rides in the world still.
Well,
It
so the
moves.
Cyclone's still there.
Yes, it
Yes, it
is.
is.
I didn't get to. I have to go this summer. I have to go on. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
going to get there. We'll
It
see.
it depends who you speak to. I think that was one of the first roller coasters,
Wa-
the Cyclone.
It was you. It was not the first, but it's one of the wooden roller coasters
First
that's still in
wooden,
existence
right? It's over 90
today.
years old. I know that. I don't know. We'd have to look at how old it is.
It's
But
over 100, I think.
they also have something interesting.
What's
Uh,
that?
the sideshow, where
Oh,
they
I
have
remember.
sword eaters and fire breathers and burlesque dance performances.
But that was
It's
my favorite. It's amazing. I don't know how old I was. Must have been like 12, 13 years old there. They had these burlesque. Her name was Sandra.
yeah.
And yeah, she used to shake her butt, and I don't wear like a grass skirt.
Yeah.
And I
And
used to, I know I was like at about 15, 16. I used to go there and gape. My mouth was wide open.
I'm sure we have to get to the freak show, but
And
the sideshow, excuse me, but
well,
someone was
no,
quoted as saying,
Oh, the
hold on,
freak show is in the White House coming up last
well,
4 years.
they had the freak show. They had the dog-faced boy,
yeah,
the turtle lady.
right,
It
or
was all these
they have all these
this
crazy things, but
misformed people.
they um they said that someone was quoted as saying, all the freaks came here. Coney Island is a home and a refuge for the weird. It's really the island of misfit toys.
It is. It
Which is a,
really is.
But
and
they had on the Facebook, which I don't know if the guys know it or saw it. It was like Mermaid Avenue. The big thing with Nathan's was, and the
it's
amusement park
Mermaid
was
Avenue,
Surf
What
Avenue.
Avenue?
Surf Avenue,
Mermaid
right,
Fifth
Avenue was
Avenue was a block
a block
over.
away, right?
right.
And you could walk, and Mermaid Avenue is all the retail stores.
Right.
So
right.
you could walk from Stillwell Avenue to Seagate, which is probably like about, I don't know, a mile and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And along the whole distance was retail stores, smaller retail stores. No, and eventually they had larger chains, but it was basically mom and pop retail stores, candy stores, butchers, clothing stores, and you could walk the whole 2 miles.
Oh, I used to
Really?
do that with my father.
We used to walk, we used to bike it a
Yeah,
lot. I don't know if
we
they still allow
biked
you to
it a
bike on it.
lot.
I don't
On the
I
know.
don't know if they
boardwalk?
have a bike lane or
Yeah,
not, but you
I
could
don't
The
know.
buy anything you
boardwalk.
want.
Oh, yeah, they had great bakeries, and that's where the Boy Scout store used to be. My father was a Boy Scout leader, so he
Mhm.
would have to go and get supplies over there. So we used
My
to go up right off of Mermaid Avenue.
Well, Phil was an Eagle Scout. That's how far he went up, and his Scoutmaster was high. Was high.
Hi,
Hi.
hi,
That's the next show. No,
hi.
that's our friend. It was a friend of the family's, High and Ray. Anyway, so kind of
He was high.
quickly back to the Mermaid Parade. Someone else said, it's a parade to celebrate the Earth's oceans and all the life they contain. It makes up most of the planet. It's most of life on Earth. And this is the
Mm-hmm.
only thing I can think of that really celebrates it. The Mermaid Parade. They celebrate the ocean and what's under the sea.
And Paula,
Under the
correct your
Under
head
sea.
the
again. You're
sea.
changing.
Yeah. So anyway, they people come decked out in lobster suits and fish
I
outfits and
know. I have never
oh
been to it.
yeah. So the parade's mermaid queen this year was Whitney Ward. She
Whitney
said
Mm-hmm.
this is
Ward.
she said this is our holy day and we've taken it up many notches. She hasn't missed an event for the past 30 years.
Cool.
And she's now 60 years old and they made her the queen. That's pretty cool. And she said that she had designers working on her costume for months. That's how seriously they take this.
Yep.
And they said the parade means it's the best day of the year to see the greatest number of people decked out in quirky, shocking costumes and be celebrated for it. Iridescent fish
Listen,
scales, fantastical monster puppets, and imaginary underwater creatures come to life on Coney Island Surf
I
Avenue.
think that's
Where,
phenomenal. They
where,
started
where
doing
is
this
it?
after I moved out of Brooklyn.
It's on Surf Avenue between what
Right.
and what?
Mm-hmm.
It must go from the to the cyclone or from the cyclone to I think it comes down, so maybe it
Comes
starts at
down,
maybe near the stadium now. I
probably.
think it starts near where the Mets, I don't know what it's called now, but
Maimonides.
yeah, I can't
The
believe I would
Maimonides.
that's just where I want to go to a stadium when they with the
Right,
hospital.
right
That
there.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, so not far from there is Nathan's, of course. And I know we spoke
My
about it on the
favorite
last
restaurant.
show. The hot dog eating contest is gonna
Yes.
be
Do
we're
we know
taping on
whether
the
It's
second.
Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Thursday have
Thursday
they
at 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock New York time, so it's a 9 o'clock my time
R-
because it's
Right.
nationally televised.
Yes, it
Right. It's
is.
on I don't know if it's ESP. One of the it's like
It's on ESPN.
it's
ESPN.
just this is like people who actually do this for a living. They eat. It's
And they
like
get all ends up in the hospital.
But the question is,
it's called it's wait a minute, it's called the MLE, Major League Eating. And
Yeah.
they have 50 to 80 contests a year. And people
Oh,
get,
they eat stuff like
they
string
they
beans,
eat like
Brussels sprouts.
anything. There's competitions and Joey Chestnut
I
has won 11 times with
but
a
this
record of 74 hot dogs and buns.
mm-hmm.
Uh
you have
Have
to
to
eat the
eat the
buns.
buns.
and he earns $200,000 a year from this, mostly from sponsorships. And his
Yeah.
recent sponsorship for plant-based hot dogs didn't go over well with Nathan's, and they said, "Adios, muchacho, you're out. We can't have you,
And,
doing that." I don't know how, but they don't
That
want
to
they.
me is a stupid thing.
I mean, I don't.
have they settled that yet or no?
No, I don't.
No,
I'm assuming he's not going to be in his. I haven't seen any
no,
news.
he's not going to be in it, but he's going to make a lot more money because of it.
He
He's going.
it's crazy, and they have qualifying events, and you have to be on a wait list to get into the contest, and it's a thing. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, that's the
They
most popular one. But there are eating contests, throughout the year.
Yeah,
Yes, there
absolutely.
are.
For different
I think
things.
the
I
hot
mean,
dog contest, the Nathan's contest, is the only one that I know that's televised nationally.
yeah, it's been, I think on occasion you might find something if you look on YouTube or something maybe. But
But
they actually have the different DraftKings, they have odds on these things. You can bet on these things.
you can
Uh
bet on anything.
I know. Well, uh they have
You
different,
you you, you
here are
you can
some
bet.
the DraftKings odds on favorite to win the 2024 Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest are Nick Werry, Patrick Bertoletti, Gideon Oji, Darian Thomas, Derek Hendrickson, Max Stanford, and George Chigger. And there's also they do a separate
Yeah.
female eating
Yeah,
contest.
that starts at 10:45 in the morning.
So they do
But
that
it,
first.
it doesn't necessarily mean how big you are. They have a special
No.
exercise that expands the stomach.
I
Mm-hmm.
can't. And some of them had to stop because they were getting literally sick. They were
Very
getting
sick.
gastric, really bad gastric problems.
And Paula, you keep on switching around.
I'm not.
Yeah,
It's
you
not me
are.
this
It,
it's not me
Something's
this time,
happening.
Malcolm. It wasn't
What?
me. I didn't
I
do it.
it
know.
wasn't me.
It wasn't
Are,
me.
are you doing something which we can't see out of camera range that your chair is
No,
moving? You
no,
sure?
She's
no,
just
I
like me.
probably
We like to move around.
jitter,
See,
move around.
Yeah.
let's just move.
It wasn't me.
We're gonna make Malcolm crazy.
Crazy. Yeah,
You
I can't. I
moved.
can't.
Wait,
I can't say, okay, stop camera, readjust yourself.
oh well, we like to make sure we give you a run for your money.
Run for your money.
That's about it. A run from your money. Okay,
But
so
anyway, actually, aside from July 4th, the thing they used to like about Coney Island is, when they would go to the city or someplace outside, and
Yes.
was all this, the air was, stuffy, and
right.
it smelled different. When you went to Coney Island, when you got off the subway station over Stillwell Avenue and
You
walked in the streets,
smell that
all of a sudden you smelled the
salt
salt
Right.
air
air.
You smell the sea air, and it was cooler.
and
The,
French
Yeah,
the
fries.
temperature dropped
10
like
degrees.
I know, coming
Mm.
from the city into getting off on Ocean Parkway, this you could smell the,
Always
the 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 salt air, or Brighton Beach, which one, and you would
mm-hmm.
feel cooler. It was
It's
just like, I can't wait to
it's
get off
you.
the packed train because I know when I get out, I'm gonna feel a cool ocean breeze.
Yeah,
So,
well, because the ocean retains heat or cold longer. So
Yes, it does.
in the summertime, the cool air of the wintertime is coming out of the ocean,
It's
well,
usually 5 to 6 degrees
there's
cooler in
at
the
least.
at least. And the
except
winter it's 5 to 10 degrees
Warmer.
warmer because of the air there. And the smell when you go to when last time I was at the baseball field there, Maimonides,
Maybe.
I just the
Maimonides, yeah.
smell of the air, I just sat there going, but it was 102 degrees. There was
It
no
was
Yeah.
coolness.
the smell of the air and Nathan's French fries in a bag with some salt that you shake up.
Oh,
That's the ultimate. That is hey, let's go, guys. Come on. We should just pack up and meet in Coney.
I
Uh,
wanna
it's
go.
just Coney Island. It's a landmark, and a lot of movies have been filmed there.
Yes, it
They
has.
filmed The Wiz with Michael Jackson, and the Tin Man was found under the cyclone, and the Tin Man was played by Nipsey Russell in that movie.
Nipsey
Hmm.
Russell.
And
Yes.
Diana Ross was Dorothy, and Michael Jackson was the Scarecrow.
And
Beaches was
how they,
filmed there with Bette
oh yeah,
Midler.
beaches.
That
Two
was a
Hmm.
good movie. I like
Yeah,
That was
that.
an
It made me
excellent
cry at the
movie.
end.
yeah, 2 weeks notice, I think. 2002, Sandra Bullock. They
Hmm.
wanted to film it in Toronto, and she said, we need to bring it to New York. And they used the old Child's Restaurant building. Do you know that building, Malcolm?
Child's Restaurant. I'm not
It
sure.
says Child, the old Child's Restaurant building. Do you know that one? Because
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I have a visitor, Sparkles, and
I'm
she's
not
going to
sure where
be
that is.
4 on 4th of July. Hi, baby girl.
Aw.
Other movies was Lords of Flatbush, Brighton Beach
Yes.
Memoirs, Men in Black, and Uptown Girls. There's a lot of them, and some Woody Allen. I forgot which movie that the kid was there, and you would
Woody
heard
at Manhattan, he
one of
lived
the one
under
of
the
I don't.
tornado.
Yeah, it was one of those, and then
In fact, there's a line that Woody Allen has. I think it's Annie Hall, where he said
Maybe that's where it was Annie
he
Hall.
lived under the cyclone or the
right,
tornado.
exactly,
He had a
right.
house.
So
And
right,
when I tell people I lived in Coney Island, and everybody thinks Coney Island is an amusement park, they
right,
don't realize that it's a residential area after you get,
right.
you
Through it.
outside of
Right,
the Nathan's area. So they
right.
looked at me, you
Like
live
you
in
had-
Coney Island? I didn't know, people lived
Where'd you
there. I
live
said,
at Nathan's?
I used to say I lived in the third
I wish I
merry-go-round.
did.
I used to say I lived in the third merry-go-round past Nathan's.
That's right.
Do you remember
They must
going
have-
to the restaurant behind Nathan's restaurant?
Yeah, that was on the side in that little alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the alleyway.
We
And there was
went
also
there like 2 weeks before it closed. And I have to tell you, the same waiter was there when we were kids, Max.
Yeah.
This time he was like,
Yeah,
I can't
what was
possibly.
this? They didn't seat many people. It was very small.
No,
I
we ate
remember.
Oh,
back there sometimes
with a
though.
lot, well, my parents, they took
I
us out for dinner. That was a fancy place for us.
And then you went outside, right outside in the alley that you had the not the corns.
Corn on the cob.
Corn on
on
the
the
cob with the
cob,
slobbered with butter.
and there was also
Yeah.
beer.
Salt.
Beer, you
Beer
get
here.
And
beer.
then next
Yes,
to
yeah,
there,
beer
and next to
here.
there was
Hot and
the,
dishes.
the soft ice cream, not Carvel, but
The
the soft
candy
ice cream.
place. That candy store
The
right
Oh
candy
next
yeah, with
store.
the caramel corn. Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Mm.
and that jelly
And the big
apples.
Oh, the
lollipops.
jelly apple. Ooh, I love the
And
jelly
was it
apples.
the marshmallows with chocolate on a stick? Sometimes they had too.
I just like marshmallows.
It
I
was
mean,
Yes, the
I mean,
marshmallows.
now they would call that instant heart attack.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
diabetes is waiting for you.
Something like that. That
Everything is so
crazy.
sugary.
Well, they
Do you
kept
remember
their
the candy
store.
store in by the subway when you get off? When you walked out, there was a candy store, a famous one. And that just recently closed about
I
5
don't
years
remember.
ago.
I used to work in a souvenir shop under the station. That one summer,
Wow,
selling souvenirs.
that's crazy. So
And there was a guy who used to say, it was usually he say "Mamzeums,"
Ugh.
museums.
"Mamzeum," which means bastards or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
But he used to call them out, but of course nobody understood.
No, I didn't. I didn't know what the hell he was
I
talking about.
remember that word.
But so anyway, a couple of recent TV shows had Nathan's in it. Not Nathan's, but Coney.
Conan.
Only Murders in the Building had a
Yes.
whole episode almost was filmed there. And also the morning show had one of their episodes was filmed there. And it's just there was Ugly Betty, General Hospital did some shows. General Hospital?
Blue
Who
Bloods had a
does
murder mystery
Blue
there.
Bloods said they're always there. Blue Bloods is always
Well,
filming
Law and
them.
Order, and now the
Law and Order.
Equalizer. All those they go to Coney Island a lot. So
And
Great
another big
place to
spot where
film.
they use is Brighton Beach,
yeah, well,
especially
Right?
when they're looking for
Right.
Russian or Armenian mobsters.
They all go to Brighton.
Brighton Beach.
they did what's the show with there was a show on HBO and the guy he was trying to be an undercover cop and it was why is the name Ted Danson was in it and they filmed
Oh.
right on the boardwalk in one of the Russian restaurants on the boardwalk. And it was part of the plot of the season.
Well, they used to, even when I lived there, they called Russia, and they called
Odessa by the
Little
sea.
Odessa by the sea.
sea. We had my mother's 75th anniversary, 75th birthday. Me and my brother invited, the
family, mishpacha.
the brothers, sisters, and their kids. And we went to, it was a Russian restaurant in Brighton Beach Avenue.
Which one?
I
Which one?
I
Is
think it
this
was
the
Russia
one
or
on
something.
Brighton Second Street? Because
Uh,
our favorite Chinese restaurant, Jade.
I forget the name of it, but we walked in. It was a
Yeah,
big
Jade
hall,
Mountain.
They moved.
and
Yeah,
they had
they
a
moved it
stage
to
with an
there.
orchestra.
Yeah, that was it. That was
Yeah.
the big one right there.
And we walked in there, and the table was all set. and it had the vodka there and all the food.
Mm-hmm.
We
Well,
They
we
didn't
went
come
to
out
the
really,
ready with shish
National.
kebabs.
yeah,
I
but the
went to the
food,
National, and they
I think it
had
was a national.
That's
they
a
have
national, that's it.
Yep, that's it. And it was a million courses you couldn't eat. And then they
Yeah,
had, dancing, and it was like the vodka was just poured like it was
right.
water. It was water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
and
yeah,
you would
I thought that
I was the only one not drinking that
I
night.
didn't drink. I had look one shot of vodka because you know me, I don't drink. And I'm like,
I don't
everyone
even
else
drink
was
vodka.
plastered. Oh my God.
I don't
It
know how
was
people drove home
and
those
they
days.
still, I think that's still there. Is that still there, or do you know?
Yes, it is.
there's a couple more also, I think. But so getting back to movies, Coney, there's a TV show. I don't know if you guys watched it. It's called Bored to Death. It was on HBO.
No.
Okay, then you got to see it. It's with Jason Schwartzman is a writer who turns fantasies cold from reading into the plot of the show, and Ted Danson is his mentor.
Uh-huh.
And I would highly recommend both of you to watch it. I think you'll it was 3
Bored to death.
seasons. Bored,
Bored to death.
Bored to death on
Anyway,
HBO.
guys, we have to go.
It's a good show. Watch
Shalom.
it. See,
We have to go because
Okay.
we're having another show in about 10 minutes. So
the many
take
shades.
a 5-minute
Time to
breather
take-
and get back
Time to
on.
take a pish.
Yeah,
Shalom.
yeah.
Take a pish.
I mean,
and
with
come
me, I
back
have
on.
to take the pish.
All right.
Anyway,
both of
guys,
you go.
Have a
Have a
happy
happy
Fourth.
Malcolm, you
Fourth.
have to send me a link. I didn't get a link for this
did.
one.
I sent
you
you a
did?
link.
Okay.
I'll
Oh,
resend
for
it, but I
this-
sent it this
No, I
morning.
didn't see it.
Hmm.
All right, I'll look for it.
I sent it
All
to
right,
both of you.
guys.
I'll send it
It's
again.
been fun.
Okay.
Have a happy July 4th.
Happy
Happy
safe
4th, everyone.
Yeah,
Yep,
don't drink too much and be careful with fireworks.
Right. And
Please, no fireworks.
and celebrate the good things while we still have a country.
I got it, Max.
Well, we still have democracy.
Adios.
Bye.
Shalom.
Shalom.
He said.